Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. Today I'm going to show you a news story out of Detroit. I saw this online. I think it was today. I saw this article, saw this story. So I want you to check this out, and then I'm going to provide my commentary on the other side.
Community activists stage a surprise inspection at a Detroit grocery store. They say it's been the subject of complaints.
Members of the group say they will boycott the store if the owners don't clean up their act. So what does the owner have to say? Here's Fox 2's Randy Wembley.
Malik Shabazz and the Marcus Garvey movement are calling this market at Schoolcraft in Rutland the filthiest in Detroit. Our cameras were rolling during their pop-up inspection inside. From the dirty floors to the bug-laden shelves and the filthy ventilation system.
Ain't no filter in the fan. You see that there?
Those are just a few things to greet you when you walk into the Superland Market on Detroit's west side, not to mention the smell.
When I walked in today, it had a foul smell to it, like some spoiled food or something.
Malik Shabazz says a couple of callers to his TV show tipped him off to conditions here.
They said that it was the filthiest store in the city.
When he showed up Sunday, he found they were not exaggerating.
I was hurt. It's a lot of issues.
But shoppers have mixed opinions.
I ain't going in there because it makes me sick just to think about it.
When I come, it's okay. Like I said, I only come every once in a while.
You should never smell meat when you walk in the door. That's the first sign of an unsanitary grocery market.
I don't have any complaints. I've always gotten fresh food.
The pop-up inspection led to a meeting with the store's owners who are vowing to clean things up.
We're going to work really hard to get this thing turned around.
This didn't happen overnight. How did it get to this point, and why are you just now going to do something about it?
I don't have an answer for that one.
The market employs several people from the neighborhood, and Shabazz says that's a good thing.
He's helping people out, poor families and things. That's to his favor. That says he cares. But we want to work with him to complete the job, to clean this place up.
No timeline on how soon that will happen, and if it doesn't, Shabazz says they'll boycott the market. In Detroit, Randy Wembley, Fox 2 News.
Okay, so you saw the story. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm well aware of the situation in Detroit. You have a city where African Americans occupy seats of power. We control the city council. We have a black police chief. And we had black mayors for years until recently. But despite all of that apparent political power, African Americans do not control the businesses in our community, whether that's in Detroit or Baltimore or any other major city where you have a predominantly black population. We don't control the economy in our community. And that's an issue that Malcolm X talked about years ago. He said that African Americans should control and own the businesses in our communities. And that will give us a chance to create jobs for ourselves. So that is still a problem that's with us today. It's a problem that Malcolm X talked about. I know that a lot of people like to romanticize the time of segregation. But Malcolm X talked about this problem way back then when segregation was still the norm in this country. So if it was a problem then, that tells me that so-called integration is not the root cause of why we don't have businesses in our community. But anyway, so this story is about that problem. The problem of us not controlling our own businesses. The problem of outsiders basically exploiting the black community, selling us the worst products, selling us garbage, basically. And, many of us willing to accept garbage, many of us willing to accept second-class treatment. And it's a disgrace. You know, and this just makes me reflect on two different things. It makes me reflect on the different levels of struggle. You know, the lower level of struggle is to demand equal treatment from businesses. You know, to demand that all businesses give you an opportunity to be employed by those businesses. It also makes you think about the issue of fair treatment, to make sure that the businesses are providing good services and, you know, equal services to all people regardless of race. So on that end, you know, that's a noble cause, and that's exactly what the people in Detroit were doing. They were demanding justice from these businesses. They were demanding that those businesses provide them with good, healthy food, and not filthy food, not food that's infested with bugs and, you know, filth. So I commend them for demanding that basic human dignity, demanding respect from the businesses that reside in the community. That's commendable. But at some point, we have to move beyond demanding and begging from others. These businesses are outsiders. You know, as Malcolm X said, when the sun goes down, they take that money out of town. That money does not help the community. Basically, that money goes out of the community to enrich other people's communities, not our communities. You know, these people, they don't treat us with respect. You know, some of them profess to be Muslims, but they don't adhere to Islam. They sell our people pork. They sell our people alcohol. They sell our people lottery tickets. They sell our people drug paraphernalia. They sell our people knives and other illegal products. They are a scourge on the community. It's like, you know, they see a vulnerable community and they move in like vultures. They move in like sharks to tear apart the carcass of the black community. And it's time for us to stand up. You know, if these businesses are going to function in our community, they need to treat us with dignity and respect. And I commend those brothers and sisters for standing up to that business. We need more people to do so. So that's one level of struggle. The next level of struggle is the level that Malcolm talked about, us owning and controlling our own businesses. We need to focus on entrepreneurship in our community. Our organizations need to have a commitment to the development of black business. We need to look for avenues and provide the community with the tools and the education necessary to empower themselves, to empower ourselves. Because it's a disgrace that we are completely dependent on others for our survival. If there were no Arab-owned grocery stores in our community, we would be without food. If there was no white men to make cars and clothing for us, we would be without transportation and clothing. We need to put ourselves in a position of power. We need to provide for ourselves, do for ourselves, and we need to lay out concrete plans and implement those plans to make self-determination a reality.